Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Origin Acoustics presentation at the EI Live. Thank you very much, David, for putting this together. We know it's challenging at this time and with everything going on in the world, so we hope to inform and entertain you for the next half an hour or so. As I mentioned, we were going to go through a few Origin Acoustics products, what we've done this year and where we are at worldwide, and go through some Q&A in the end, so stay tuned for that. Robert, if you don't mind going forward.
I shall. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just going to be manning the slides. We're going to try and keep this synchronized with Jose speaking and me switching the slides. We'll do our best. Here we go.
We're going through a few technical difficulties, so this is the way it is. You're listening to Jose and you are watching Robert. All right, so as I was saying, welcome to this webinar, and I'm going to introduce you to who we are, what we do, and why you should be working with us. So we have over 100 years of combined experience. Our founding team have been designing speakers since 1972. And in the 70s, they started with the first architecture speaker, more specifically, the first in-wall speaker in 1972. In the 80s, they created a brand new construction bracket. In the 90s, they came up with the first pivoting speaker as well. And today, in the guise of Origin Acoustics, we have created the first toolless installed speaker. Quick team history. Again, we designed the first loudspeaker and new construction bracket. We made over 4 million speakers to date, including for some of the largest companies worldwide. We were and are one of the largest speakers manufacturers in the world, created the first fully pivoting in-ceiling speaker, and we completely reinvented the architecture speaker mounting back in 2015, and is one of our game-changing technology as well as our new tweeter. We also have a partnership with Bang & Olufsen, producing all of their in-wall and in-ceiling speakers. What makes us different? All of our technology is our own. So we created a few of the technologies we're going to show you today, including the TLC, the trilinear configuration, which is available on all speakers above the D85, so the mid-range 8-inch that we do, as well as accurate multi-motion pivot for the tweeters and also the drivers. We have a variable depth absorption layer, basically is the way the speaker is mounted and absorbs all the vibrations so that it doesn't transmit through your ceiling, and you can actually hear every detail of your sound rather than vibrations. And that also comes in together with our compression molded baskets. We created something called the X-Wave, which if you look at the screen in the corner on how the driver is attached to the basket, you will notice that the rubber is inverted. And the reason it is inverted is because that would dissipate any unwanted vibration that might travel up and down the cone when you're playing. That means you could play a lot louder before it starts to distort. We also have our patented DPSD tweeter. It's a dual plane stabilized tweeter. It means that it travels more freely, allowing for much clearer highs. I was going to say much higher highs, but clearer is the word to go here. And last but not least, and is actually the main product that brought Origin Acoustics and our team back to market, it is our toolless, fast and simple installation method. We completely changed the way it's installed. We have a system where you only need to cut the hole in the ceiling, squeeze it through using just your hand and twisting and turning the speaker into place. Now, what this completely did is make sure that you do not need to go upstairs anymore, up ladders, with a power tool, possibly dropping it or anything like that. It's simple to install. It's easy. It just requires you to cut the hole in the ceiling. Which means that you can completely standardize a hole in the ceiling, so to speak, to put all our 6 and 8-inch speakers. This is not simply a toolless mounting system. There will be other people coming to the market with similar copies or attempts. What our system actually does is allow you to fit all our 6 and 8-inch speakers into one cutout, which means that you can choose from 25 different products. You can go from a very entry-level D61 all the way up to a Kevlar D89 costing over £1,000. So it means in the future, if you were to sell, say, a D61 to a client, you could come back and upgrade that client to a D89 without having to do too much work apart from unplugging and plugging the cables. It also means that, let's say you started a project and the client doesn't know which speaker they want to use. Instead of delaying the project until the client decides, you can go ahead and cut the holes in the ceiling. You now know that you have not settled the client with one speaker. Pretty much every other brand or every other brand out there, if you were to cut a hole for a 6-inch speaker, now only that specific or that range can go in. Whereas with ours, you can choose between the 6 and 8-inch range. Including the thin fit, our new thin fit, everything will go into the same aperture as long as you stuck with 222 millimeter. So great opportunity to upgrade. In the future, you could come back, put new speakers into a property that you sold a cheaper speaker back in the day. So if someone ran out of budget and they decided to go with the cheaper speakers, you could always in a few years come back, put an 8-inch speaker in, say to the client, listen to this for a few weeks, come back, and I guarantee you that once they hear the difference between a 6-inch and a trilinear 8-inch speaker, they don't want you to take that out of there anymore. So it means that you can carry on making money upgrading, especially in times where you can't be getting into properties because of restrictions and everything. You can easily still make some money upgrading your clients instead of having to start fresh. Next one, please. So the Director's Series is pretty much the pinnacle of our technology. It's where we put all of our unique technologies into it. So it has the tweeter, the X-Wave, as I was saying, it has the multi-motion. It's completely upgradable and toolless, and it's available as a 3, 5, 6.5, 8, and 10-inch lineup. So as soon as you get to a D85, you get it trilinear, aka is a 3-way speaker. All the 6 and 8 fits into the same cutout, aka you can upgrade it at any time. And all of our indoor speakers, indoor passive speakers, come with lifetime warranty. They're also IP6X rated. Some of them are IP66 in the case of the Explorer series. The others are IP64. We have 5 different models when it comes to our 6, 8, and now 10-inch speakers. That means you can go for a Model 1, which is entry level, 3 a little bit better, 5 is the sweet spot, so to speak, in terms of pricing and performance. But you can also go all the way up to the Model 9 high end. So you can start with D61 all the way to D69. You can start with D81 all the way up to D89. And now, from this month onward, we are launching a D101 and a D103 dual tweeter. So now you also have 5 different performance levels when it comes to the 10-inch speakers. One thing to bear in mind is, because when you install our products, you don't have to use any dog legs or anything like that, the footprint for our 10-inch is a lot smaller than all the competitors' 8-inch. It's the same size as the other the competition's 8-inch. Not many people do a 10-inch. I don't think any do at the moment. That's why I was going to say ours is smaller than theirs, but if they don't have it, doesn't help. Next, please.
Yep. Apologies, hang on. Loses connection sometimes, apologies, okay.
You need to charge your mouse. So this is the Origin lineup at a glance. This is our in-ceiling products. We have 5 different sizes, 3, 5, 6.5, and 8, which 6.5 and 8 have the same cutout, and the 10-inch models, which is the same cutout as the competition's 8-inch. Again, 5 different level of performance on the 6, 8, and 10-inch. All of our products have pivoting tweeters. We have also pivoting baskets as soon as you get to the 5 performance level and up. So D65, D67, D69, they all have pivoting baskets. So great for surround sound systems and in-ceiling cinema speakers and all of that. And as soon as you get to the D85, so the next size up, you start getting 3-way speaker, our TLC setup. Again, all our 6 and 8 have the same cutout. You don't need to use a screwdriver or anything like that to take one speaker out and put another one in. And we also have a new TF37EX series coming out, which is only 36mm thin, but is marine grade speaker. So it means that you can put it in a sauna, swimming pool area, bathroom, where you don't have much space, only 36mm, and you can still fit a high quality speaker into that. This is the in-walls at a glance. So again, it's available in 2 different sizes. We have a 6.5 and a 3.5-inch woofers. So 3 different levels of performance when it comes to the theater collection. These are great for small to medium cinemas or media rooms. They comes as a theater 65, 67, and 69. The marine grade TF-IW37 will be coming out as well by December, and that is a 36mm thin quad cone speaker that you can fit into any houses that have, say, concrete walls or anything like that. All of them are high performance with a small footprint, with a small bezel-less grille, and they have the snap lock spring mounting system, which means, again, no tools. You just use a guitar pick that we ship with it, twist it into place. To take it out, just follow the arrows and twist it the other way. We obviously also do landscape. We do everything from an AS41 system, which is the ready-to-go in a box product that we sell, all the way up to our Origin bollards, which when we launched, it completely changed the way you guys looked at landscape products. It's a 3-way product. It has a subwoofer built in, which you would bury, and then it has a driver and a tweeter firing down into a lens, which you can choose it to be either 360 or 180. So that's the top of the range, and we have everything in between, from buried subwoofers to satellites. Everything can be connected using our DSP amplifiers, which are all preloaded with our profiles, as well as every other Origin product will be preloaded into it. We offer a design service. You can submit on our website at originacoustics.com. Just look for landscape services and upload your systems. And apart from the AS41 system, everything else can be had as a 70-volt system or an 8-ohm system. We also do subwoofers. These are our passive in-ceiling subs and in-wall subs. We have, for the in-walls, pure aluminum retrofit box. We also have a 10-inch aluminum. We will be coming out with a 12-inch in the next year. We have it for new build or retrofit. And for the in-ceilings, we have matching tubes. So if you order the 6-inch model, you would be able to choose it with either a 3-inch port, a 5-inch port, or a 6/8-inch port to match whichever other speakers you fitted into that property. Our bigger 8-inch in ceiling only comes with the 6 or 8 tube and grills. Powered subs. When we launched the deep line of subwoofers, we were convinced that it was the best looking subwoofer on the market, and it is absolutely. Now that we looked at our competition, no one else has come out with a subwoofer that looks this pretty. All wrapped in fabric. It has a brushed black aluminum top and is incredibly powerful, starting at 300 all the way up to 1200 watts when it comes to the dual 12-inch. All of them have a passive radiator firing downwards and a forward-facing active radiator. We just launched right now, so you can contact Envision about them, our new sub-VP line of subwoofers. So these are the new 8, 10, and 12. This is the value performance range, starting at 180 all the way to 300. It has the same configuration as the deep subwoofers, in the sense that it has a passive downfiring radiator for that extra kick and use the air and the energy that's already in the cabinet. We are convinced after testing that it is the best performance for the cost on the market right now, especially with a few brands being removed from the market. So contact Envision if you need a subwoofer that doesn't have to be seen. It is the one you would be hiding in a cupboard, or you can leave it on show as well. We also do soundbars, so these must be seen more as passive on-wall speakers, but they are on the shape of a soundbar. So you can have them mounted either horizontal or vertically, and they have aluminium cabinets and with feet or without feet, so you have to specify which way you would like it. The SB3 is basically an LCR system with fiberglass woofers and 3 silk tweeters. The SB1 and 0.5 have a 1-inch silk tweeter with 3.5 glass fiber drivers. Again, all of our indoors passive speakers have lifetime warranty. So now you're thinking, cool products, what can I do with it? Well, we have some ideas. We were suggesting our people during the first lockdown that they should work on selling outdoor speakers because they didn't need to get into the properties. It was easy to install, contact-free, so to speak, and we have a range that goes from the cheapest end of the market AS41 system all the way up to the very high end with the bollards. As winter came along and the possibility of another lockdown, we got together with our distributors and we put together some media room packages. And it focuses on, say, kids media room, because working from home, we all know how difficult it is with children around. Living room 5.1 systems, and also just a normal 3.1 TV room. Right now, Envision has a lot of packages ready to go, a lot of discounts ready to go. So we have a video of a webinar we did last Friday. We'll be publishing it next week, where you guys can see what offers we have, the pricing and everything else, and also enter a raffle to win a system. Next, please. Yep, so I was saying we have some ongoing bundles going on with Envision right now where you can get extra discount all the way up to Christmas. So why Origin? It's easy, safe, and profitable. It's a toolless installation where you're not going to be breaking anything. You're not going to be breaking the ceiling. You can upgrade at any time you want. Peace of mind, we have lifetime warranty on all passive speakers. Also, with the bundles that we have going on alongside Envision, there's hundreds of pounds on savings that you can keep yourself profitable and moving forward during the second lockdown. With these installation, all our systems are quite straightforward to install, especially the soundbar system that we're doing, so that you guys can keep profitable and keep moving on to 2021, where our industry will be even stronger than before. It's also future-proof. We have a history of innovation, thinking outside the box. We are growing worldwide. We maintained all investments into R&D this year, and very soon look out for new product launches and also product refreshes that we have coming out. So very excited for the new year and the end of this year, where we are going to be launching a whole range of products. Next. So all that's left for me to say in terms of presentation is thank you very much. You can find me on those addresses. That's our website. If you have any questions or suggestions, I'm always happy to hear. We create a lot of our products just thinking of our dealers and what they need, like the bollards. That was a suggestion from a client. Also, the thin fit to be Explorer, and the whole Explorer collection came from dealer suggestions. So we're always open to it. And we're going to now go through a few questions, if there are any, and also a quick chat between Robert and I. For those of you that don't know, Robert, you can leave it on just on that page.
Sure. Peter Alloway given out to me from not smiling. I can't see myself, Peter, so apologies, which is probably a good thing, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, you're sitting there as I talk, so if you're smiling too much, might be creepy.
I'm concentrating on just getting the slides in time with your speech. But it is interesting, obviously, as some of you may know, my background is a custom installer. So having worked with Origin now for almost a year, there's no doubt that the innovation that Origin have brought to this category, and I think a category that some people tend to forget about a little bit, there tends to be a focus on the control system or the amplification or the theater. Understandably, they're important parts of the installation process, but I think this is a category that has been a little bit staid and static until Origin have come along. And if you see what they've done in the space of 6 short years, you don't achieve what they've achieved without innovating as they have done. But there is a huge margin opportunity within this category, and certainly upselling opportunities that are tied into some of the innovation that you've seen if you've been watching this presentation for the first time, where you see the toolless frame system, which enables you to certainly come back and revisit the installation without that hassle of thinking, God, I don't want to revisit this ceiling and have to start, pulling out speakers and calling back the plaster or the painter. But there is a huge margin opportunity upselling the customer in this category. And of course, Envision, as you know, are also the distributor for audio control. The compelling reasons now to be able to upsell a customer with DSP settings and certainly superior performance than has ever been achieved through this particular type of speaker installation can add thousands and of course many percentage points to the overall profitability of a project. So if you haven't really revisited your specifications or your considerations for speakers and in-ceiling speakers and in-wall speakers, then certainly it's worth sitting down and spending half an hour, which we probably have a little bit at the moment in terms of spare time with lockdown, to really examine what it is that you're specifying in this category and look at the opportunities with Origin, because the margin opportunity and the profitability opportunity is absolutely colossal. So definitely worth giving it some consideration. And certainly if you haven't put some of these products into your portfolio, you need to do so as a matter of urgency. So we're still looking for questions. I haven't seen anything come through yet, so I don't know if anyone has anything specific on a technical side for Jose, or certainly anything for myself from an installation side. We'd be happy to answer that. If not, Jose, I don't know if there's anything else that you'd like to add.
Yeah, just to add, one of the things that I always tell my dealers is, don't forget our products are lifetime warranty. So if you sold, say, D61s or D63, something like that, into a property because they run out of budget or something like that, but you actually wanted to sell, say, a D85, what you can always do is go back, install those D85s. You can give the client the discount for the initial purchase, because those D61s and D63s, or whichever ones you replaced, they're still under warranty. You're still going to be able to install it on your next project and sell the same product again. So we're not going to come back to you and ask you which property you installed that. So it's another way that you don't have to throw away, so to speak, the speakers that you remove. You can move them forward, minimize waste, but also make some money out of it and give the client that just upgraded a little bit of discount, because you're going to be able to sell that into the new project. You can come back to us and either get new bezels and grills, but also bear in mind that every speaker that you buy from us already comes with the bezel and with the installation, bezel and the grill. So you can move on to the next project carrying that with you. We can also supply just the bezel and the grill. So if you have a client that doesn't want speakers in the ceiling right now, you can still wire, you can still put the bezels in, you can put a cover in to make sure that there's no air going through it for air quality tests or pressure tests or anything like that. And in the future, if you're working with a builder or whatever, you can come back and just install speakers into it without actually having to do the cutting, the wiring all over again. So you can leave a place pre-wired. We call it the Origin Ready program. So if you guys go to originready.com, it will give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But basically just means that you're leaving that house, that property, ready to receive Origin speakers in the future. And the good thing also is you're not exactly having to now sell the client one speaker. You have a wide range, 2 different brands, and even marine grade speakers that could go into that same aperture. One more thing, I want to reiterate that we are dedicated to the CI channel with Origin Acoustics. We are dedicated to keeping you guys profitable. You are our family, our partners. We love working in this industry. We want to make sure that we're all profitable and have an industry by the end, but for next year in the future. So if there's any ideas or anything we can do for you guys, and together with Envision, just get back to us. We can go for it. And we are also dedicated to the architectural speaker market. We came out with a product almost 6 years ago now that completely changed the way that speakers were thought of, how they're installed, how they can be upgraded. Again, we standardized the hole in the ceiling, so to speak, so you can now fit so many different products into it. And we are not stopping there. It's already our 4th upgrade in terms of how the system locks in place, it stays in place, and all of that. And we are carrying on with innovation. We have new products coming out. And like Robert said, we are here for the long haul and trying to keep you guys profitable. Envision is doing a great job of supporting you guys, so you can go back to them with any information you need or have, as well as reach out to me or Robert. Anything to add, Robert?
No, I think that's it. I really just want to reinforce the huge profit opportunity that exists in this category. I think it just needs to be given more consideration and elevated probably in the project process. And certainly the innovation that is being brought to this particular category is unparalleled, I believe, in any of the other speaker manufacturers. So definitely worth spending a bit of time sitting down, looking through the range, speaking to the guys at Envision, and taking advantage of the huge opportunity that exists there to improve your profitability. Great.
I think that's all for us. All that's left to do is to say thank you to David at Essential Install. For the initiative, we need to adapt to the current market, and this is a great way of doing it. And we're grateful for what you guys are doing. It can't be easy having to manage everyone's different expectations and technical issues like we were having. So thank you very much for that, and thank you very much for attending. From Robert and I.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Cheers, guys.